Hey, what's up, guys? Deer Hunter DVM coming back at you again. Happy holiday season. Hope everybody's doing well and staying COVID safe and doing all that. Christmas is about on us here in the valley. Deer seasons are winding down. I want to touch base on something today that probably needs a longer video to expand on, but let's give a primer here. Let's talk about broadheads and broadhead design and all that stuff. It's one of the most talked about, over-talked about, I should say, topics in whitetail social media. Like, my 2-blade rage is better than your 1-inch cut slick trick, and vice versa. Like, and I feel like the people that are debating whether their broadhead is better or worse than the next guy's, they don't even have so much as a clue why they are debating or how they're debating it. Like, what scientific backup do you have that your X brand broadhead is better than the next? You know, what you do have is a bunch of simple field observations. I've never lost a buck to a rage and all that shit. Fine. Field observations, though, are not very scientific. So I feel like the arguers out there for or against certain broadheads need a class in physics. And I don't know why, but I always enjoyed physics. I thought it was always a kind of a neat topic, and I did really good in it when I was in college. And I like to think about it in terms of archery and how it relates to us. So I don't like big 2-inch cut expandable blade broadheads. I used to be an expandable guy, and then I learned how to tune my gear and tailor it to shoot fixed blade broadheads. We can all agree, whether you're a 2-blade shooter and you're a huge fan of rages or Spitfires or whatever expandable you use out there, we can all agree that expandable blade broadheads are clearly less durable than cut-on contact fixed blade heads, right? We can all agree on that, right? Check that off. They are. They just simply are. But what I don't like about a big cutting blade broadhead like a 2-inch rage or 2 1/4, I think some of them are huge. Those like those Grim Reapers. Well, you don't need all that crap. 3 blades swept way back. It's like trying to throw a lawn dart through a deer. It's just a waste of energy. They really are. Over-the-top design broadheads like Spitfires and Grim Reapers and you know, a few of the other ones like that, they're such a waste of energy on a physics standpoint that it defies me, like logic defies me using them. Waste of time. You're handicapping the projectile with a simple machine on the front that loses energy rapidly and decelerates to get the blades open. It's stupid. It's absolutely ludicrous. I can't believe I shot those things before I matured and smartened up. So I'm not bashing you if you use them, but just think about it. Now these blades that open from the rear forward, then they're trying to get around that energy handicap, for one, with that design. So I would, if I was going to choose an expandable broadhead, it would definitely be a from the rear forward deployment. However, there's some problems with that. You're asking a projectile that's going forward to meet enough resistance to also bring these blades out forward, and the physics doesn't match there. He's trying to go in, but he's also trying to expand from the rear forward. He's meeting resistance out this way, and it creates a conflict of physics right there. Now, it's way better than the conflict of the expandable opening over the top design broadhead. Those are just awful. Now, these big expandable blades, like these 2 1/4-inch 2-blade rages, something crazy like that, here's why I absolutely won't need them in a whitetail. Our goal in a whitetail is to deflate both lungs. Let me repeat that so everyone in the back can hear it. Your goal in a whitetail, if you're shooting them broadside, is not to bleed them out. It's to puncture a hole through both lungs. That should be the goal. Get it through both lungs. Atmospheric pressure, rushes into both sides of that chest, creating a pneumothorax. The lungs collapse, and the animal actually passes out on his feet before he dies of the blood loss. So we should have a goal of poking through both lungs, and anything that we do that handicaps that is illogical, in my opinion. Now you're going to say, well, we exsanguinate all over here. Yeah, we do, finally. But when there's no oxygen going up here through a collapsing of said lungs, you can miss every great vessel in the body and still kill the animal. It's called hypoxia. I digress. The large two-blade broadheads that we're talking about, two blades that are way swept back, you want a real good indication on how that's acting in live tissue. It's no different than acting in the air. Go down the road, drive down the road, and roll your window down. You start out there about 60 miles an hour and stick a finger out. Then stick your hand out. Then stick your elbow out. Then stick her all the way to the shoulder. See how that feels, that physical drag on your arm? It's pulling it backwards the more blade, more arm you stick out there. Those broadhead blades are no different. And the more resistance that you have, the slower the projectile is going to proceed through that tissue. And this isn't my rules, guys. This is Sir Isaac Newton in physics. So think about your broadhead design with your mind and not with your field observations. I'll talk to you guys later.